strangest thing about it is that it stars Edie Falco and Angela Bassett, and they're on screen together for 10 seconds. You know, and they kind of have parallel stories, but there finally is this rudimentary plot, which is about this area that's going to be ecologically raped, and what stops it is something ironic. And there are people who are trying to get it done and people who are trying to oppose it, but it's kind of in the background most of the time as these lives are lived out. But there's at least that kind of thing, and it does come to some sort of head. And once it comes to a head, and one side wins and the other side loses, somebody has to leave town and somebody has to stay. If you think of American Graffiti, there's a very interesting switch there, which is really just a bunch of guys hanging out, kids hanging out before it's time to go back to school, go to college if you've graduated from high school, and at the end, the one who was going to go to college decides to stay, and another of the kids decides to go. You know, that kind of, you know, I thought, you know, there were things I didn't like about the Titanic, but James Cameron did two brilliant structural things. And one is, he realized, Titanic, the boat's going to sink. We all know that. So there's no surprises here. So he starts with this little, almost PBS wraparound science thing on a computer where he says, well, this is how the boat sank. First the water came here, and then it did here, and then people ran over here, and they got sliced by the propeller when they jumped up. So when this stuff happens, and we've invested in these two lead characters, we as an audience are saying, don't go to that part of the boat. That's where everybody gets sliced in half by the propeller. Don't go over there. That's where, you know, everybody perishes, you know. So we actually know more than they do, and so there's actually more suspense than just, oh, something's happening somewhere and it's very confusing. And the other brilliant thing he did, which is actually just a character structural thing, is, if you think of it, it starts with one character who wants to commit suicide and die, and is talked out of it, and brought back to this boat for all the people. And then at the end, almost everybody else drowns, and she survives and wants to live. So he created an emotional arc for a character that kind of has nothing to do with the boat sinking, but gives an engine to the kind of emotional, you know, engine for the two characters.